Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. We're back in Scotland, and I'm not going to say exactly where, as a little bit of fun. Can you guess where we're sat? I will say shortly. However, we've got a transition starting to look a little better. We've got a pub on the corner there. People are walking around now as well, as we have residents in all of these houses that I've placed down. And we have destinations as well, in the form of commerce buildings. UI is up, and I've zoomed out. Did you guess correctly? It is, of course, just after Cathcart there. And this is what it's looking like now. I've been doing a little bit of detailing. Not too much, to be fair. A lot of it is just placing houses. I think the hardest part of all of this is setting up all these roads so that they meet. And the correct roads, ignoring possibly some of the smaller back roads, but the main roads intersect at roughly the correct spot. That's the tricky bit. We are missing another bridge. However, there isn't much room, is there? It's not like we can fit another bridge across another road and also get this in. A little bit of improvisation has been going on there. And yeah, there we go. Did I lock these roads? I'm not actually sure, but we've got new tools, haven't we? Yeah, I can double check. One thing I did notice, I should have possibly done when I was laying these roads, but I didn't notice it until the very last second, is when you are laying down fresh roads. Let's see if we can do it on here. Any road will do, grand, it doesn't really matter. We've got player ownership. So you can own the roads now when you lay them, which is absolutely fantastic. That's going to save a lot of issues, if, that is, you remember to do it. So currently, there goes our trains. Our trains haven't changed since the last episode. This area is still not finished, but it's getting better. Already, if we take a cab ride down there now, it's starting to look the business. Where we're heading today is past Muir End here up to this corner. What I found interesting on this, we'll take a look on the map shortly, is what's going on over here. This used to have a connection heading this way as well as going across and then heading that way as well. Hopefully the station itself isn't too difficult. What it does mean though is we can remove that temporary crossover up there once we head to Williamwood here. And the bit I was talking about is this bit here, where the track used to be, the track bed. If we zoom down and take a look across, I don't know why that's blurred, it must have seen some text, but that up there, there's no tracks up there, but there is track bed. And I mean, we have to put that in, don't we? And then we've got the actual bridge there, as well as a little entrance here. Whether we put this entrance in, I'm not sure. Oh, that looks tasty. Anyway, oh, do you know, we've got some of these as a bus stop as well. We've got some of these advertising boards that we could put down. As you saw in the back one, I don't know about the health centre here. I might be able to find some fancy buildings that look similar to that. Possibly. But yes, I wonder where it actually drifted off. Probably down like that somehow. I think we're on a bit of a climb all the way to, or nearly all the way to Neilston. If we zoom in a little bit, we do have a nice pedestrian crossing there, footbridge, and a couple of station buildings that we might be able to get in. And then we head down with a little path that way. I don't think that's a path. If we go down here, I mean, it might be, but I honestly don't think that's used anymore. if it is, it's a bit of a rough path, isn't it, down there, walking between people's houses, which that does happen. I mean, because we have the connection up here and we have the connection there. I think we're just good enough connecting here. If I can get this working, I will, because there's a couple of buses or a couple of bus stops down there either side of the road. But that's the plan of action today, guys. Can we get that done? I hope so. I believe this is P1 on this side and this one's P2. So as long as we get that right. Okay, back in game. Given that we do need to first go across the top and then head up and... oh dear. We've got a bit of a mission on our hands there, haven't we? Distance-wise. Because we haven't got much room to gain any height. Well, we can see. I guess the best bet would be to draw our track out and then see what sort of height we can gain. Yeah, we don't want to go up anything like that. I say we stay fairly flat until we get a little bit further down. In fact, we can come further down this way, can't we? We can stay out. We don't need to go meet it because we've got a lot of wiggles up here. And before we even get there, so we could be pretty much spot on at Neilston once we get up there. Yeah, meaning after which station's which? I believe it's this one, isn't it? After there, it seems to head this way a little bit before it starts curving round gently. And oh yeah, we don't want a tunnel, so we'll get rid of that. And then we can head up from that. Oh, actually, the way that sits, we could start heading up. Yes, I think that'll be the best bet for us. Otherwise, we're far too deep. Do we need it like that? Yeah, we do need to make some sort of embankment, don't we? Either side. So if we go round that way, and then we need to go straight for the platform itself. So if we're somewhere like that, and we go flat, we're a little bit embedded into the hillside here. That might work for us, possibly. I guess we could go up a little further. We need to figure out where we're crossing as well. Yes, because we need this track to be across the top. And where would it be? I mean, I guess we could do it here. Or we could head out a little bit further. But then the more we head that way, the more we bury ourselves into that, which I'd rather not do. So if we come up a little further and then we go pretty much straight here, which will be where the platform is. And what sort of bridge can we get over there? Do we want to be pretty much level here? We're not going to be, are we? We're going to be much further down. We're probably going to be this far down. Meaning we're crossing something like there. Will that make a bridge? It will not. It will be close to making a bridge though. Because we've got Crossmaloof is up here. We're quite a way away. I think we can maybe get back on track here. We've got a couple of stations to fit in the middle. Yeah, I think we can get roughly back crossing over here, which we need to do. Because we can't be any further down this way, can we? And we've got the end of the line over that way as well. Yes, okay. Let's get this in then. Can we just make this a bridge? We should really have plenty of height. So if we make ourselves a little bit of a footing there. I don't know what sort of bridge it is. I can't really tell. We need a flat section heading up there. Something like that. Is that going to give us enough height, enough clearance? Yeah, now we're a little bit too low. We need to go with this side, I think. We do something like that and then take it around that side. That should easily give us enough. And, I mean, it's probably a little too high. We'll see. It's not going to look too bad, is it? What do we go with? Something like an arch? A nice big arch? That's too excessive, I think. Oh yes, you don't have to use the scroll wheel, do we? No, we can do it like this. Can we get this working? That is ridiculously high. Maybe we can get something that drops down further. Yeah, no, that's high, isn't it? Let's drop that down. That should do. Pretty much where it was before. And then we can do something similar on this side and see if that gives us a bridge. There we go. We've got it. And that's nowhere near as high, which I absolutely love. Given that then, can we just bring this to the edge and then make the bridge something like that? And just give us a nice bridge that we can manually do, perhaps? That's better. We might be able to get some sort of arch going over there. Yes, I kind of like that idea. We can work on it, can't we? Something like that. I have a feeling it's quite low. That works for me. That means we can head off that way. And I don't know whether it's on an embankment or not. So we'll just draw that up there. And we've got a station up that way. I guess we could start heading up towards the terrain again after this point. We're starting to head up this way. So if we put the station in here, and we'll give ourselves a nice flat section around here. We've got to dig a little bit of a hole down here as well. Oh, that does it underneath now? That didn't used to happen, did it? Oh, that's wonderful news. Well, colour me surprised. Yeah, that's fantastic. Goodness me, I didn't even know that was a thing. So when you smooth, before, underneath the track, it would leave it as whatever the terrain was when you laid the track, and it would ignore that you're smoothing it. But now, it will actually do stuff underneath. It will terraform underneath the track. That is absolutely marvellous news. Right, let's give us the room we need around here for a nice big station. And our next one's going to be a little bit further on because we've got such a gap between our last station and Neilston. It doesn't really matter if we shove these up a little further, does it? Just to get bigger stations and a little better spacing. So, buildings. We're going to go with our British platforms here. Now, that needs to be P1, doesn't it? That side. So, 2 platforms. And 160 is probably too long, isn't it? I don't think we need 160. 120? Right, 120. I've made a decision, guys. Now we need to delete this back. And we're going to get in here, configure this. And we're going to remove the tracks so that we can put the 50-mile-an-hour tracks in. Where are the tracks? Oh, is this working now? Yes, it is. There's a little scroll bar up here. Do we have tracks? Oh, this isn't as nice. Although we do have the scroll bars. So, swings and roundabouts? That's a lot easier, isn't it? That's lovely. There we go. 50 mile an hour. I guess we could have a look if we've got any nice passenger buildings we could put on here. Definitely not those. No. What do we need? We just need like a little building, wouldn't we? I don't think we've really got any. No, none of these tickle my fancy. These kind of do. Oh, got them in blue there. That kind of works. Yeah, it would be closer to this end and then would have a bridge over. So if we get the overpass... No, we need King's Cross. We get the overpass in first, if I can find it. We want the old one. Yeah, this one. Will this work? Yeah, there we go. Now we can figure out where we put the building. Oh, are they different sizes now? Well, it doesn't matter. We'll be fine. Are there any station buildings in here? I do not think so. No, we'll go with standard passenger buildings, I think. Yeah, passenger buildings. Well, we do have these ones. I don't know what that one's like. It's not bad, is it? It's way too big. I mean, we could put 2 of the non-clock towery ones next to each other. If we do something like that and that on that side, and then just a single one on that side, perhaps that'll do. Let's see how that looks. Do you know, I mean, it's old-fashioned, but I kind of like it. For what we're trying to achieve here, we've got the walk over there as well. Yeah, I like that. And then we can have the little path heading down from here. It's a shame about this outside. I might see if I can't find anything else for that. As an asset only. Because we don't really need anything out here, do we? Yeah, I'm gonna undo that last bit. Mad Hatter did make some assets. So perhaps if we go into assets and Mad Hatter Station, vanilla, yeah. Do you have the same one? Era A, level 2. Oh yes, these ones, there we go. I mean, they're the wrong colour, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, there we go. I think something like this would be fine. We can do something different with the hovering. If we just bring that in somewhere like that. Does that work? Does that flash a lot? No, that's actually perfect, isn't it? There we go. Yeah, we've got the fence in there. It doesn't matter. Now, at the back here, we can block that off with a bit of concrete or a bit of brick. It doesn't matter which. We'll get into our assets here. Let's make that a little bit small. That's too small. Just go in small increments, Grand. Dear oh dear. Actually, it might have been perfect. There we go. We've got it. And then we need to get the length right. G? Not G. N. N works. There we go. That should be about spot on, shouldn't it? Let's get that in there. There. We don't have it hovering anymore. And we don't want people just diving out the back, do we? So we can make this smaller, make that smaller. Just get us a little block out there, like with blocks up the back. Something like that. There we go. And then inside, it blocks off as well. Yeah, that works for me. Lovely. And this is not Strathbungo West. This is Williamwood. We have a station for you. We don't have an area for you, but we do have a station. Right, let's find our tracks. 50 mile an hour. Does that sit in quite nicely? It does. I mean, it should do anyway. That was quite painless. However, we're not done. We've got the fake bridge that's going to be going across here that would have connected up to this piece of track. I'm going to send that round a little more, I think. Do I want to go up quite steep there? I think we kind of do, don't we? Otherwise, we're going to be way too low. So you go up steep there. And I feel like we need to start gaining some height up here as well. And that should be lovely. We are going to have to terraform. There's no two ways about it. We need to head off that way first and straight. There we go. Starting to head up. And we're going to keep heading up as we head that way. I mean, we don't want to go up too aggressively. It is quite a climb though. I don't mind it. There we go. There. And we're now linking up with this track as we should be. And then we'll go pretty much straight here. Start to curve round for this station, which I don't know what it is yet. But we're not done over here. No, we've got to realign the terrain over this side. And we're going to be heading down. I guess we want to give ourselves a little bit of room here. If we go down somewhere like that. I'm not sure yet if this heads back up. I mean, it definitely doesn't have the cliff face either side. It's a little unfortunate that we have to do this to the terrain. Get that a bit bigger. There we go. That can go around that way. And around that way. We'll see how that works. This bit would be where the track would have branched off. I think we're going to need to be a little bit lower, at least at the bridge here. Right, there we go. That can now be flattened out, and we just need to figure out how low we need to go to make this nice arched bridge here and here. Because I'd love to get them both in. I think that might do us. Oh, really? Yes. Okay. Lovely. Oh, I'm excited, guys. We got it. I was expecting that to take a little bit longer. That is about the right colour. I mean, ideally, we do want to be going straight here. That's going to be a tough curve to get back in to there, but we might be able to do it. We can always curve a little bit just there. As long as it's 50, it is. Then we can go straight up to there. As long as that bit's straight, then we can have a beautiful bridge, red brick bridge. There's either that one or there's definitely that one, isn't it? Yeah. It was very close, that one. We can fill in this bit either side. I do like it. I think we've got it in, guys. Right, get you in there. Curve you round. Then we curve round like that. I know we lose a bit of speed, but it's worth it for the bridge, I think. And we are approaching the station. In fact, we might be able to just drop that back there and just redo this bridge. Something like that. There we go, guys. Perfect. Look at that. That's a better grade as well, isn't it? It's much smoother. Oh, lovely. Right. On this side, we need to get this over here. We need to get this somewhere over there. There we go. We've gained a bit of height back. And then we need the fake bridge. Now then, what can we use? I guess just ballast will do. Let's find our ballast. You don't need your scroll wheel anymore. And go exactly the same bridge. Which would be... It was that red one, wasn't it? See if I can find it. This one? Yes, and we do need it at that angle. And that would be like that. Oh, I'm not keen on that glow. I turned it back on, and unfortunately it's all glowing on here. That's not good, is it? We can get rid of that, and we can get rid of that. Can we use the invisible bridge? What does that do? Oh, that, yeah, I tell you what, that might work. Oh, that's even glowier. Is glowier a word? Yeah, that'll do. That's worse. Oh. I don't know what to do then. Maybe stick with the ballast. I don't know why the ballast glows as well. It doesn't, I don't think, when it's connected to an actual piece of track like that. I mean, technically, we could just put actual track in. One thing I would like to do is take off the catenary. Oh, do you know what you should do, Grand? Don't look at that. See if you can get the road in and save... Well, no, save it first. Right, we're all saved. I had a big gulp of tea as well. Let's see if we can't get this road in at that angle. I should have maybe checked that first. We can always wiggle a bit. Oh dear, what is that? No. Do you know what doesn't seem to happen anymore? The shift. No? How is that not a thing? You should fit under there. Shouldn't you? Come on, you can fit under there. There we go, you're perfect. I don't know about the other bridge though. Is that it? Are you under? Lovely. We may need to go off at an angle here. Yeah. Ooh, this is going to be tough, isn't it? Let's get that like that. Well, this is unfortunate. I'm going to have to delete this, rebuild it, keep it connected. I guess what we should do is get where we want this road, come off down here, and then see if we can't get the bridge either side. Let's get the terrain tools. Get us a nice bit here because we can fill in the sides of it, I'm hoping. Right, and then we want to bring this out and then bring that out just a little bit. Can I rotate that without it being rubbish? Oh, why do you do it like that? Urban Games, please. Could you make this pixel perfect rather than big square Minecraft blocks? Because I can't tell what angle that's at all. Even if it's cosmetic, just so you've got a better idea of the angles of that. Right, get you all the way up there. Let's see if we can't get this bridge in again. You're going across. There we go. Yes, you're fine. We're going to cross there. No catenary. In fact, keep catenary on. We'll take it off once it's in. We want it to go perfectly level across there. Can we get an arch going across? No, you're going to sit your foot right in the middle, aren't you? Oh, come on. You were beautiful. I don't know what's up with you. Can we get a bit more room? Bridges, guys. Bridges. I'm determined. That is going across there. Oh, there we go. You've got it just there. Take it. Take it and don't look back. Oh no, why? At this rate, I feel like manually building it because this isn't working the best, is it? Do you know, that might be the best idea. I was hoping that these bridges would have done the trick, but no, they're not going to, are they? Okay, we'll manually build it, guys. That will save us a whole lot of issues. In fact, I'll see if we can't build it in this episode. Get rid of that. We'll do it ourselves. And that way, I know it'll work. Which means we don't need any of this gubbins to force the bridge's hand. That one we'll leave in. It's done a good job of that one. And we've managed to somehow squeeze in. Just do something like that. Take off the catenary there. There we go, I forgot again. And if we go into our bridge building tools here, and we reset all of this, so we're just making an actual arch, as long as it's big enough. We probably want something like that. Yes, nice and big. If I can't find the same brick, what we'll do is I'll do the same with that one with this one. It doesn't look like we can find the same. I'm going to go with that though. And then we can just do this in one shot, I think. That one should be absolutely fine. Right, let's get this in either side. I'd like that a little wider. Possibly B. So we stick out a little further. Give it a bit of texture. And we'll just take that off. Go across like that. There we go. Much nicer. Yeah, I prefer that. And then we need something along the top, like a railing or some sort of protective wall that would have been there. Which can I remember which one it is? I think it's this one. Yes. And then we need to take the width off. And we're going to take the track center off. No, we do need a little bit of track center. There we go. Beautiful. And we'll put that along the side there. There we go. We could even have that a different coloured brick if we wanted. I think that'll do just fine. Either side. Hey, we've made a handmade bridge that is not actually used. It's probably wider than it should be, but that's fine. Technically, what we could do there is just delete that now, because we've handmade it. What I would like to put in, though, if I can find it, come in here. That. And we need this longer, much longer. How long can we get that? What's the longest? 40? Well, 40 will do. We could delete it afterwards. The actual track itself. Texture. Grass? Not that. Grass brown. Probably something like that. and then go for something like that. Or like, oh dear. Uneven? Uneven, I believe that says. And then can we make that a little wider? It's not sticking out either side. No. If we put that in there, and then I guess what we can do is delete the actual track itself, since it is a handmade bridge, which we're going to need to change that to that and that so that we can delete it all. I'm hoping we can delete it all anyway. There we go. Guys, look at that. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad at all. What we should be able to do is bring this up a little higher, perhaps. Either end, so that it blends in with the scenery. We just go something like that. We're in, guys. It took a bit of doing. But we could build this bridge on that side so they look pretty much the same. Yes, I like the idea. But that would have, that track would have actually gone round like that and joined, and this one would have come round like this. And that crossover would make a lot of sense then. Do we want to try and add the next station along in? Well, I mean, I think it's pushing it a bit. It is technically a curved station and about the same length as that. And we've got to get the motorway over the top. It'd be so tempting. Maybe. We don't need to have this one. Any sort of... Oh, I don't know which is P1. That's P1. We don't have to have this any sort of fancy, do we? Curved. It's barely curved. It kind of curves around that way on this curve. But this would be... If I spell that even close, Whitecraigs? Yes. Yeah. Do you know what? It's got a little footbridge and stuff on one side. I reckon we can get it in. And then we'll call it, guys. We'll extend our line over. Is there a one where it's facing that way? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we'll extend our line all the way up here. We actually want... Where's our passenger buildings? I'm gonna say a nice one with a clock tower. I'm gonna go with it. I sort of like this idea. That would be something like that. There we go. I like that building. So we're gonna have it in. Yeah, that looks alright, doesn't it? And then we've got the footbridge there. Our track does a little wiggle. As long as the speeds are alright. I don't mind it doing the wiggles. What are the speeds like? 50, 50, 50, 50. Yeah, and then, oh yeah, what have you got to do, Grand? We have to... Oh, don't bulldoze it. We have to change these tracks, don't we? To be the correct ones. Which will be 50, I think. It doesn't really matter. Since I believe all of our trains stop here. Except for any sightseeing ones. It's a shame the platforms are different widths when we put the footbridge in. I'm not sure anything could be done about that. Right, get you there. And then we'll put our track back in. Like that. Yes, catenary. And... Lovely. And a temporary crossover then. Let's do it. We're in, guys, which means we do not need, which it's going to really grumble about this. We do not need that in there. We're going to extend this line. And I'm happy with where it's going at the moment. We can put some grass and stuff over the top there. Possibly do the same bridge type here. So they match. Because I believe they look similar. I don't know whether we can fit a path in up there. It might be worth toying with it. I'll see how it looks. Our path is going to come down this way. These are not connected to anywhere just yet. This road, I would like to just continue around here for now, on a bit of a curve, around that way. And I would like to head you back up. Same with this one for now. There we go. And we'll get rid of this cliff face a little bit. Something like that. There we go. This is going to be alright at that height, I believe. It's alright. It's alright. It's getting there. We've got a lot of fields and trees to put in soon, rather than all of what we've got going on here. Yeah, as we head up closer to Neilston, we've even got a big reservoir up there as well, which I'm looking forward to. I'm sort of happy with how this is sitting now. Just smooth all this, because we've got to official episode, haven't we? I'll probably look at getting some more infrastructure in, figure out where this line's going. And it's going to be heading that way, and all the way out to that way. But yeah, guys, there we go. Should we get us a bit of an extension on our Neilston line? Manage line. Where is Muir End? Muir End, after that, could you go to there, and then back, and then back? We're in. That's it. We're all the way to Whitecraigs. Isn't that wonderful? Fantastic. I even added a signal in there. We're probably going to need more signals than this. I don't know how many signals we've got everywhere, but it's probably about time we did add a couple of signals. I'll stick one at the end of the platform here. Signal. We've only got the leany ones that are on the opposite side of the platform here. On the opposite side of the track, I should say. So, yes, that wants to be one way. Oh, this crossover, if there's any track repairs, then they send this down to a single track. That's what this is for. And there's even replacement buses that run down here too. And we want you to be in there. I guess we'll just have them at either ends of the platforms here. These, because they're not island platforms, we can just get away with standard signals, I think, at the end. One there, and one here. And then, I guess we'd have one there for now. And we'll put one on there ready. I'm happy. Our line has been extended. We're doing it, guys. We've got one station left to add. Then it's Neilston. We've got all of this goodness to do. And a lot of scenery out here that is fields and trees. Our first bit of fields and trees. And, yeah. I'm happy. Where is our train? Alright, guys. We're on board our train. Heading to, well, technically Neilston, it doesn't, but it does head a little further. I'll leave you with a little bit of a cab ride, at least to go past the Cathcart area. We are following a Newton train, and there's the half bit of detailing that we've done here at Mount Florida. That was a fun one, guys. I surprised myself by getting in 2 stations and a disused bridge that had a track, still has a track bed on top. I'm looking forward to doing more stuff like that, and we may at some point bring that line back in. I don't know. We'll wait until the end of the series for stuff like that. But now, concentrate on what exists, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.